Hi, everybody. How are you all doing? Wonderful to see so many of you joining the Ask Me Anything session. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Nidhi Dayani. I am a lawyer and a company secretary. And in the past 3 years, I've trained more than 5,000 professionals. This is including senior professionals. And I've seen so many of them embark on the journey of becoming independent directors. Now, we just wanted to come in here. Amreen is going to be co hosting the bootcamp with me. She's also here. So, we wanted to come in and answer any type of questions or queries that you might have even before the bootcamp. But before I talk about the opportunity, I'll let Amreen introduce herself.
Hi, thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the AMA session. I am Amreen, and I'll be one of your hosts for the upcoming 3-day boot camp with Nidhi and Abhyuday. And I'm a career programs facilitator for senior professionals at Skill Arbitrage. And today we are here to solve any queries or questions you have about the upcoming boot camp. We are here to help you. Yes.
Yeah. We just wanted to clarify this with all of you also that this is a pre-bootcamp session. The bootcamp starts on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. It's a 3-day bootcamp, 3 hours on each day. And Saturday and Sunday the timing is 2 to 5 p.m. and Monday it is 7 to 10 p.m. So make sure you attend that live. But we just wanted to come in here and answer any type of query that you might have, whether it is about how to become an independent director or how to join the boot camp, any type of query, we are here to answer that. Okay, perfect. Now let's talk about the opportunity. And I wanted to tell you why this is such a great opportunity, especially for people who've had 10 plus years of experience, right? If you look at the year 2025, it was record breaking for India's IPO market. More than 370 companies went public, and this is both for the main board and the SME IPOs. In 2026, it is even going to go further, and you might have already read the news about it that 190 companies are already in queue for getting their IPO done. Why am I talking about the IPO opportunity? Because once a company goes public, every single one of them, they must appoint independent directors. And that is the kind of opportunity that is booming in India right now. If you look at the demand for independent directors, more than 50,000 independent directors are in demand. But if you go ahead, check out the IICA website, you will see that only 24,000 people are actually qualified. So there is a massive, massive gap. And we're sitting on a gold mine. You could become one, crack the opportunity, whichever background you are from, right? Whether you are from marketing, finance, HR, law, CA, CS, anybody who has 10 plus years of experience is eligible to become an independent director. We're going to discuss all about how to do that in the boot camp, but we are here to address doubts. Yes, guys, please go ahead and ask your questions in the chat box. We will answer them one by one. Okay, will the directors, what's the question? Can I ask question, please, Dr. Tapas Bhattacharya? Of course, please go ahead, put your questions in the chat. Mahindra Chauhan is saying, I'm curious to know the authenticity of all vacant IDs remaining. Mahindra ji, you can go ahead to the IICA's website. You will find it there. You will see that every listed companies, in fact, if you look at the tenure for appointing an independent director, is just for a period of 5 years. Even if an independent director was, let's say, appointed in the year 2010, 2025 is going to be the year where it's going to end because they cannot be appointed after continuous tenure of 3 years. So companies who've had independent directors also, they're going to have vacancies open. There is a certain limit that they need to have. So again, more new companies coming, existing companies needing new independent directors. I'm from an NGO background. Can I become an independent director? Himani Dash is asking. Himani, that's a great question actually. And see, your background is not relevant until and unless you have a 10-year experience. That's important, right? So you need to have 10 years of experience, whether you've done it in marketing, whether you've done it in HR, I'm sure you're doing a specific kind of role in an NGO, right? So as long as you can just show from any other discipline also, that's covered. If I talk about the section specifically, it is 149(6) of the Companies Act. And it just says that the independent director must have expertise in whether it is finance, law, management, administration. So if you're able to showcase that, yes, I've done admin or I've done research for the NGO, of course you're eligible and you can do it. Ritesh George is asking how much background in finance is needed. Guys, understand that any background, it just needs to be 10 years, right? You need to have 10 years of experience to have the eligibility. Wonderful. Amri, do you want to take up the question of after passing the exam, what are the steps? A lot of people think that just passing the exam is going to be enough, but we're going to throw light upon this and tell you what the pathway is going to be.
Right. So first, I can see a lot of questions around if the ICA exam is difficult. So the pass rate of this exam is quite high, and you only need 50% to pass. So the problem is that 50% of registered people haven't even attempted it. So they got scared of studying again. So reality is that 25 to 30 hours of preparation is enough. So it's not that difficult. Okay, 50% pass rate is good to go. All right. What other
Perfect.
questions of IICA do you have?
Okay, so people are asking,
There's
is
a
this
lot of
open to
questions
all?
that, yeah.
I'll just take it up. So there are people who are saying that I'm from NBFC industry or from Ayurveda, technical director, biotech professional. Let me tell you one real example of one of our learners. So she was from an agricultural background. You might think that, oh, agriculture is also relevant. And she came to be appointed in one of the companies who does products, green products, right? So whatever your background is, if you have 10 plus years of experience in that specific background, you can do it. So Ashna Nair, you are saying 10 plus of years experience in customer service, or clerical person having 23 years of experience, SAP professional having 20 years of experience. That's John Smith. Now, businesswoman with annual turnover. Perfect. So you're doing real estate, Srinivas. Of course, you guys are eligible. Understand that ideally now people in the age bracket of 35 to 40 years have also been starting getting appointed. Now the wave has changed completely in the Indian scenario. Earlier we used to think that, oh, director positions mean being 50 years old, 60 years old, but that's not the case anymore. If you are 35 and above, that's the age that we are seeing. You've already acquired 10 plus years of experience. You're very well eligible. Prasant Kumar saying IT service management, 20 years of experience. Yes, you can do it. Now, the question is, how would your role match the ID role? That's a very good question. See, if you look at the market, so many startups coming in, so many businesses going in IPOs, especially when they do SME IPO, it takes around 3 years for them to get to the main board. They are different kinds of businesses. One of our learners who was in agricultural background also thought about this, that how am I going to be eligible and what is it that I will do as an independent director. But they need people who have specialized knowledge. If tomorrow Amreen and I do a startup of a delivery service, we need somebody who has expertise in ops. Or if we're doing a software development, we would need somebody in an IT service. In the same manner, so many different types of businesses are growing and they need expertise of backgrounds that you have, something which we have as a country also haven't explored. So it's a great opportunity to tap into. A lot of you might think that how will this affect my current employment? Do you have this question in your mind? Give me a yes in the chat box. If you think that, oh, will this amount to moonlighting, or I have a full-time job right now, how would I go ahead and become an independent director? Yeah. So the point is that this does not amount to moonlighting. You are independently working for a company and you go ahead and sit in board meetings with them. Now, this is a mandatory requirement as per the Companies Act. So you are appointed, you are in an appointed position. You are not their employee. All right. And because you're in an appointed position, you also get a sitting fees. It's not that you are getting a salary from them. So, no, this will not amount to moonlighting. Also, you can very well go ahead and continue. I'll tell you, being an independent director is actually like a part time work. They have to have 4 board meetings per year, listed companies, and in these 4 board meetings you have to be present. The beauty of it is that they will arrange for everything. They will arrange for your travel, your stay, your meeting, and they will pay you separately for the meetings also, right? So if you're going to be on the board of listed companies, it also benefits your current jobs. And there have been learners who've secured jobs, they've become executive directors also. In fact, after being independent directors, they've started consulting also. So it depends on what path you want to choose. But yes, your full-time job will definitely be manageable. It's just a few board meetings per year. And if you're on the board of one company, you are just doing 4 meetings. What is the tenure of an independent director in a particular company? As per the Companies Act, it is 5 years, and you can be reappointed for 3 consecutive tenures. This is RSA awake. How can you get
Yep.
ID position? Okay. Abhin, you want to answer that on how the IIC exam works?
Yeah, I'll let you know that. So first of all, let's see that is becoming an independent director just about clearing the IICA exam. So the answer is no. This is the biggest misconception that people have. So nearly around 40,000 professionals are registered on the IICA data bank, and around 14,000 something haven't even given the exam. So they have registered, they have paid the fees, and they got scared. So among those who have cleared, most will never get appointed. So clearing the independent direct, that is the IICA exam, is not the only criteria for becoming an independent director, and this is a common misconception that people have. All right. I can see a lot of question, age related question also, that am I too old for this? So whether you're 55, 60, 65, so I'll tell you there is no upper age limit for independent directors. Anyone can be appointed until 75 years of age. All right. What else do we
After
have?
clearing the IICA certification, what is the practical roadmap to actually get the ID role or similar board level opportunities? It's a great question, Rishikant. Let me tell you that just clearing the exam is not going to be enough. What is going to happen once you write the IICA exam and you clear it? You're going to be there on the list, you will sit on the list. But people are not going to go ahead and explore the list, identify you, and then appoint you. You need to start building your personal brand. Now, when a merchant banker is there, or when your relative probably is having an IPO, or somebody you know is having an IPO, and they want to search for an independent director, they're going to Google independent director roles and they're going to see positions, but you have to appear online for that. If you don't have an online presence, if you don't have a personal brand, if you're not talking about your expertise in your own field, how are they going to find you? So, everybody present here, please understand that the IICA exam is just one step. In fact, we've interacted with so many learners who've cleared the IICA exam, and it's been a long time that they've cleared it, but they've not been appointed. The reason is that becoming an independent director and getting appointed as one are two different things. You clear the exam, that's fine. After that, you have to build your own personal brand. Just go around and see around you. You know, there could be businesses, there could be vendors you're dealing with, there could be professionals who are working, and you will see that their companies are actually eligible for IPOs. So what you can do by alongside your journey of building a personal brand is interact with such businesses, see if they're eligible even for an SME IPO. You know, if they're having 3 crore net profit, they are eligible. Now once you're helping them in, just say, meeting a merchant banker, right? You help that business identify that yes, they could be having an IPO, then you make them meet a merchant banker. You already on the side have done your IICA exam, which is the independent director exam, and you've gone ahead and built your personal brand. Now when the position comes that this organization needs to appoint an independent director, you would be the ideal choice. So, answer to the question, is passing the IIC exam enough? No, it's a journey and there is a roadmap to it. We will be sharing the roadmap in the bootcamp in much more detail, but we're just here to clear any sort of doubts that you have. Make sure you're attending. Saturday is when we start, 2 p.m. We will discuss the detailed roadmap in the bootcamp. Ankur Jain is asking, ma'am, I have more than 20 years of experience in marketing, but my job was not at a company payroll. Yes, Ankur, you can still do it. You have more than 10 years of experience. How can company appoint someone as a private director? This is not a private director position. This is an independent director position, which is compulsory as per the Companies Act 2013. Sumit, you're not soliciting yourself. It's just a way to get appointed because, and there is no harm in it. You know, if people start recognizing your personal brand and you become the ideal choice, it's a great strategy. Most of our learners have used this strategy and they've landed so many independent director positions. Okay, what else? I'm currently a professor in commerce since 18 years. Manisha Gupta, yes, you can do it. Pass percentage is more than 50%. If pass percentage is actually great, IICA is not a difficult exam at all, and you just need to secure 50 percentage. How can a full-time employed person know business or merchant bankers to interact or get leads for openings? This seems because I will tell you, if you're appointed right now, just look around you. There could be relatives who have businesses, there could be small businesses that are booming. This and even if you don't know that, that's fine. You start building your network. When I say you build your personal brand, I also want you to start building your network. And we have a strategy on how you can start networking with small businesses which are at their growth stage. There, I'll tell you an example of our company only. We had this printing vendor. For the longest time, we did not know that the printing vendor has a massive turnover and is doing net profits before, more than 3 crores. These are things that we're not observing about the people around us. But when we realized that a printing vendor itself is eligible for IPO, we went ahead and had the conversation and made that person meet a merchant banker. So it's just that Vikas, we are not looking in that perspective, but there are many businesses up and booming. What kind of content does the exam exist? Amin, you want to answer that about the IIC exam content?
I think there's a lot of questions around the IICA exam, and you got to attend the boot camp if you want detailed and clarified answer, because everything is covered in the boot camp in detail. Okay, so we tried
Okay.
answering some of the question. That is, IICA is not too difficult to clear in the first place. All right. Yeah, Nidhi, please
One
go.
question that Sachin has is saying, can I continue my existing full-time job and become an independent director also? Absolutely, Sachin, you can, because you're appointed as an independent director and you can very well continue your full-time position. A listed company needs to have 4 board meetings per year, right? So you just need to go for the board meeting and you get a sitting fees for it. So this is apart from your full-time employment. It does not amount to moonlighting also. How can I clear the exam and how can I get a job? Pradeep Parmar. So, this is going to be a journey that you would have to embark on, a 6 month journey. We will share the roadmap, Pradeep, in the bootcamp. How to get started, what to do, how to network. We will teach you some ways around it also. We'll give you a step by step roadmap on how this can be done. What else? Good
Sunny is
questions.
asking, I don't know. Yes, yes. I'll just take up one
How
question. Sunny is saying that I don't know any merchant banker. So, Sunny, we will show you inside the bootcamp how to find these merchant banker. What are the websites who have a list of all the updated merchant bankers list, and how do you approach to them? What do you write to them? What? How do you do the professional outreach? Everything is covered in the bootcamp. Yes, Nidhi, please go on.
Okay. So, Sushil Kurana is asking, how can one know about the companies whether vacancies for independent directors exist or likely to be available in the near future? So, Sushil, we have a skill planned around this, and we will show you 2 methods. One, how you can do a manual search. There is a tool called Screener, and we'll show you a demo on how you can find companies which have upcoming openings. You can very well apply to those, and we'll show you how you can use AI and just do a better and efficient search, find out companies. This skill is planned for you guys already. Okay. Is it mandatory to have financial knowledge? No, guys. Ganesh Mahalle is asking, you don't have to be from a CA CS, law or accounting background. Any background with 10 plus years is absolutely fine. That's what the company's act says. In fact, I have told you journeys of our learners who have been from agricultural background, HR background, and they have been appointed. So you can do it too. How can one know about the companies? I've already answered this. Sushil Khurana, I've answered your question. Ramzan is saying, I'm a lawyer who has 11 plus years of experience. Perfect, Ramzan. We'll give you a roadmap on what are the next steps after the IICA exam. Only managerial or director level experience? No, guys. Any experience of 10 years, whether he is asking, do you need managerial experience only or director level experience? No. If you look at the data right now for companies, SMEs which have done their IPOs, or even on the main board, they are choosing to have independent directors in their 35, 40 years of age. So they are not with the director level experience, right? They started off when they were in their early 20s and they have not 10 years or 11 or 12 years of experience. We'll tell you about the exam course fees in the bootcamp. It's a much more detailed conversation. We will have that in the bootcamp. We will share some PDFs with you also that give you more clarity on the kind of questions asked in the exam. In fact, networking is something that all of you guys are asking. Building your personal brand. We will show you strategies on how you can build your personal brand, how you can start networking. And let me just tell you what are the things that we're going to discuss in the bootcamp, right? So we'll show you 5 pillars on how you can build your personal brand. We will teach you how you can get media coverage, how you can start building a personal brand and then even publish it, how you can start doing podcast. If you want to deliver a tech talk, it's great for people looking for ID positions because in your journey of building your personal brand, tech talks are very useful. Once you become an independent director, you're also invited to do a lot of guest lectures and meetings out there, which for which you are paid per lecture basis or per meeting basis. So we'll discuss the strategies around that. Like Amreen said, we will show you how you can network with merchant bankers and SMEs. And once you get appointed as an independent director, then how can you really conduct yourself in the first board meeting? How to use the MCA website and see if there is a specific SME, how are they eligible for an IPO, and how you can approach them, connect them with a merchant banker, help them with that process as well. So basically, a lot of strategies around how to become independent director, the opportunity that is there, what benefits you could have. Everything is going to be discussed in utmost detail over 3 days. It's going to be 3 hours per day. But please remember, guys, that it's going to be a live session. We will not be able to share recordings of the session, and we will not be able to repeat anything also. So please make sure you're attending on time, you're attending it live, and you're focusing on all the strategies that we will be sharing. uh Lovely DCB5Q is saying, tell me about 35 plus please ID journey. We will share it in the bootcamp. We have case studies planned for you. We will make you meet people also who've had these journeys so that you get an idea of how their journey has gone. You can draw inspiration from that. Here, yes, you are eligible. Okay. What else? I have worked as a CEO for an auto ancillary as the main focus of manufacturing excellence. Perfect, Kishore. Absolutely, you can, Kishore Patil. What else? 30 plus years of experience. Bharti Vishnu Kumar. Perfect. Bharti, you're eligible. Kuldeep, you are saying that please intimate the basic duties, responsibilities, and risk involved once company do wrong things. We'll discuss it in detail, Kuldeep. This is just to make sure that your doubts are cleared. Everything about your journey to becoming an independent director, what happens once you become an independent director, how to monetize upon it, how to charge. In fact, if you're interested to understand what is the sitting fees, let me tell you that once you're joining an SME, right? Your sitting fees could be anywhere between 25 to 50,000 per sitting. Okay. Now you're just on one company. Imagine you being on the board of 4 or 5 companies because the gap is massive, right? India needs 50,000 independent directors. It just has 24,000 independent directors. 26,000 people need it. Right now in the doubt session, we are just 275 people. If we cut out our team, all 270 of you, even if you become independent directors, there is massive scope. Start with SMEs. Do 25,000, 50,000 per sitting. Once you grow to the main board or once you're going ahead to listed companies on the NSE, you will see that your sitting fees also massively increases. That's been the case for so many of our learners, and that's why I'm saying it. Right. So our first priority is to start the appointment. One of our learners, by the way, is a great journey, Manoj Sonavala, and he's a professional who had 30 years of experience, right? Just like you guys are saying 20, 25, 11, and he wasn't active, he was not building his personal brand, but he followed the strategies. He started publishing his book, he got appointed on independent director position. So we'll share his journey with you, we'll share the journeys of all the learners that we've had, and you'll see how this one position could do wonders for you, right? Even if you guys are thinking that, okay, Nidhi, I'm from a tier 2 city or tier 3 city, do I have to be in a specific city to do this? even that is not a problem. You can do it from any city, wherever you're from. Why? Because you have to clear the exam. Building your personal brand is going to be an online journey. If you have to deliver lectures, if you have to go to a TED talk, your client is going to pay, you will fly down, give the lecture, come back. And you just have to attend 4 more meetings per year, right? So that's not a very heavy commitment. Once in 3 months is absolutely fine. So whichever city you are from, you can do it. One of our learners and one of our learners, Siddharth Priya, he is also an independent director and he is from a very remote location in UP, but he's still doing it, right? So the location and the kind of experience you have is not relevant. You can all do it. It's a wonderful position to have, actually. What is required to be an independent director? Money Bhai is asking. Just 10 years of professional experience. Minimum age is 21, maximum age is 75. I think all of us are in that age bracket already now. Chartered accountant, Lokesh, you have. Yes, Lokesh, we can do it. We'll discuss more on the eligibility. Guys, even if you're working full time, you can do it. You can be appointed on more than one company's board as independent directors. Perfect. Can you share the syllabus of the ID exam, Pradeep Parmar? Pradeep, we will share it in the bootcamp. Don't worry, we will share a lot of giveaways with you in the bootcamp. All the PDFs, all the information that you need, we will show you live in the websites. We'll give you tutorials on how to do various things. So
We will
meet
also
Kate.
share the kind of questions that is asked, how to prepare for your interview if you have been appointed. Everything is covered in the boot camp.
What are the most common gaps you observe aspiring independent directors for mid-level banking backgrounds, and how can they proactively bridge those gaps before taking a board role? Sandeep Sinha, that's a great question. See, understand that becoming an independent director and being appointed as an independent director are two different journeys. Clearing the IICA exam is where most people misunderstand this. That okay, I have cleared the IICA exam, I'm on the database now. Somebody is going to approach me and get for the appointment. That's not what's going to happen. You clear the IISc exam, you start building your personal brand, and it is very important that you start networking with merchant bankers, with small businesses who are on the verge of the IPOs. That's when you substantially increase your chances of becoming an independent director. This is a gap that we have observed, and that's why we are coming here and clarifying that just the IISc exam is not going to lead you anywhere. You have to have the journey of networking and building your personal brand. That's what is going to change your pathway. Okay, what else? What formal education is needed? You just need a professional experience of 10 years. Finance, marketing, HR, anything works. Okay. What else? Somebody saying sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to the bootcamp. Absolutely. Understand that you get to understand what's the roadmap, what kind of opportunities, how to network, the pathway, directories of people that you can immediately reach out to. So everything will be discussed in much more detail in the bootcamp. It's a 3 hour session, right? It's live. I will be there. Amreen is going to be there. Our COO Abhyuday is going to be there. So all of us will share all the information that you need, whether it is about your eligibility, whether it is about if you've cleared the IIC exam, what next, how to build your personal brand, how to network, how to secure appointments, what to charge, when to charge, what to do if you're in a remote location. Everything will be discussed. The roadmap is important, right? What steps do you need to take in the next 6 months so that you can have this future? We have had amazing journeys of our learners who've secured these positions, who never thought actually that their background would be of relevance and they could be appointed as independent directors, but they've done this, right? So we want you to understand it's a wonderful opportunity you are sitting on, and we're going to discuss this in a lot more detail in the bootcamp. Wanted to tell you guys that this is going to be on Zoom, right? So make sure that you've downloaded Zoom on your laptop or on your mobile phones, and please make sure to sit in some quiet background because we're going to be sharing information back to back, and it's live, so we won't be able to repeat a lot of things. Okay. Uh, Supriya Kalakar, yes, Supriya, you can be. ID only gets per sitting or annual compensation. Kapil Vijay, it's per sitting. Okay. Can you please tell about the learning plan, Smita? We will share the learning plan in the bootcamp. Do we okay? Can one become independent director with 10 years? Yes. Aman Bhai, yes. You want Koshal Chauhan, what is your question? Can you please repeat that? A lot of things coming on chat. We have to give any exam for independent directors. Meena Sharma, yes. IIC conducts the independent director exam. You need to give that. Stuti Lal, yes, you can explore this. Khan Chania, accountants are also eligible. Yes. Even if you have had entry level position, but you've had 10 years of experience, that counts. Okay, what else? I'm going to take up a few questions.
Yeah. Uh, I can see
Somebody's
someone is asking Pawan. Yeah.
somebody's asking in
Pawan is asking NRI question, and that he's an NRI and there is no limitation there. So there are no specific limitation for becoming an independent director. If you are an NRI, as long as you meet the general eligibility criteria, that is a 10 years experience plus the IICA exam. So you need to ensure that you are familiar with Indian corporate governance laws and the role itself. But many NRIs have successfully taken up this position as well. So you can do that. Yes, Nidhi, please continue.
Jagdish is asking one question. I'm working as a director in one farmer producer company, and how many companies can I work as an independent director? So, Jagdish, you can work in maximum of 7 companies. Okay. So that's the criteria for independent directors. Even if you're working for one company, that is 4 board meetings per year. Maximum you can go up to 7. Vishnu, yes, even real estate sector experience um, works. Perfect. Any other questions apart from eligibility? Because we're going to discuss that in much more detail. But understand that varied backgrounds, varied experiences are what companies are looking for. And that's where your benefit lies. Perfect. What should all the other activities do to be visible to become an independent director? Kamu Thadani, you should start building your personal brand, start going out there, start posting on LinkedIn, start building a network. Now, how to do all of these things, we will teach you in the bootcamp, definitely. Okay. Vikas Kejriwal, I think just go and have a look at the IICA website. You will understand. In 2026, also, you will see that so many IPOs are coming, right? 190 IPOs already in the queue. And these are SME IPOs, main board IPOs also. When all of these companies are going to come in, how are they going to go ahead and have the independent director appointments? They need at least 3 independent directors. Vishaka Kejriwal, not one independent director, at least 3 independent directors, or at least two in some cases. So, one company does not need just one, they need multiple independent directors to be there on the board. Okay, what else? 3 days is too long. Dharamveer, it's a 3 day bootcamp. In fact, it's too less, is sometimes what we have understood. People need more time with us, but we can only do 3 days. Perfect. Manibhai, you can do this. Can you please? I am working in a PSU. Do I need to take Venu Uma? No, not needed. Kiran Pawar, I'm working in a bank manager. Yes, Kiran, you can do it as a bank manager. Do unlisted companies require IDs to be appointed? Mr. Bhaskaran Prasad, no, unlisted companies do not require IDs. This is a requirement for listed companies as per the Company Act. The boot camp is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, guys. It's going to be 3 hours on each day, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. And on Monday, because we know it's a working day, it is 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right. Guys, any other questions apart from eligibility? We will clear that up more in the boot camp. Everybody's typing in, I have 30 years of experience in X field, Y field. You guys are eligible. 10 years plus is eligible. Okay. Perfect. Let me see if there are any pending questions that I can see. Mhm. All right. I don't think we have any unique questions. They are repetitive in nature. Perfect. All right, I think that's good enough for the ask me anything doubt section. Most questions coming around eligibility only. Do I
And
reach out to
exam.
certain?
We can see a lot of question around exam. All the doubts related exam will be cleared inside the boot camp, and you will see that there's more than the exam factor here.
Do you need a DIN number? Yes, once you become a director, you will need a DIN number. Ajit Jame. Okay. Perfect. Guys, everything more about how the exam is, what the course is, what to do after the exam, before the exam, we will tell you in the boot camp in much more detail. We just wanted to come in and clear your doubts. This is not the boot camp. This is a pre-boot camp doubt session that we did. And we just wanted to make sure that all of you are clear about the opportunity that is there, that we are going to share a roadmap in the boot camp. And yes, you are eligible if you have 10 plus years of experience. Perfect. Yes, Mr. Bhaskar and Prasad, yes, we will discuss it in more detail, but yes, you can get it after the exam. It works in any type of industry, Mr. Kishore Patil. Perfect. I think we've answered all the questions, guys. We are going to close this doubt clearing session for now, but make sure you're attending the bootcamp live. That's where we are going to share all the information about the fees, the structure of the exam, the kind of questions, what to do before, after, right? It is going to be on Zoom. Download it on your laptop. I would suggest attend from a laptop, sit in a focused environment, sit in peace, do not have any disturbances. It will be a live session. We will not be able to share recordings, but we will share a lot of information and we'll give you a lot of PDFs in the journey, in the live journey of the bootcamp, to give you more details, right? So that's about it. Siddharth, why would any company hire for an independent role? Because it is mandatory as per the Companies Act to hire at least three independent directors. That's why. In case I'm unable to attend all three, can I get? No, Smita, you have to attend the bootcamp live. That's the whole point of it. Gaurav, we will talk in the boot camp. Okay, great. So we're coming to an end. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. 2 p.m. sharp is when we start Saturday and Sunday, Monday 7 to 10 p.m. You have to attend it live. I'm repeating this again. Recording will not be there. So don't ask us for it in the boot camp. All right, both of us will see you then. Thank you for joining in and taking out the time, guys. Bye bye. See you.
Thank you guys. Have a great evening and see you on Saturday.